So I call upon Debbie Hicks to come and say a few words, please. Debbie Hicks, ladies and gentlemen. Woo!
Okay, can you all hear me? Is that okay? I always get told off for speaking too loudly, so I've got no worries, obviously you can all hear me. So thank you so much for making me feel so welcome today here in Redditch on this cold day, and thank you for all coming out. What is it to come out in the cold compared... Can we turn the echo down a little bit? Hold on. Right, again, that's better, isn't it? Yeah, because there was a big echo on the PA system. Thank you. So as I said, what is it for us to feel the cold today and complain about it compared to the horror that people are facing at the moment in Gaza, the Palestinian people? And you know, this cold temperature is absolutely nothing at all. So, just to briefly introduce myself, my name's Debbie Hicks. I've been an activist most of my adult life. For the last 10 or 15 years, I've been an activist for the rights of the Palestinians. And where I used to live, in Gloucestershire, I used to live in Gloucestershire, not too far from here, I used to spend most of my spare time going around towns in the local area, holding street stalls and rallies to try and inform people way before this happened of what's been happening in Palestine for 75 years. This 75-year genocide is not just a genocide now, it's been going on for 75 years. And I used to go around towns and I used to get a lot of abuse, as we've just seen today, sadly. I used to get a lot of abuse for speaking up, but also we used to wake a lot of people up having conversations with people. So I used to do that. I used to be, and I want to talk about this as well, I used to be a big Labour activist, Labour Party activist. I used to work for the Labour Party in London. I used to work for an MP a long, long time ago. And one thing, before I talk a little bit more about what's going on in Gaza, one thing I ask you all to do here today is to stop supporting these corrupt politicians. Labour, the Conservatives, the Liberal Democrats. Stop supporting them. They are corrupt. And I know this from my long time in the Labour Party. They are corrupt from the top to the bottom. And they don't care about people. It doesn't matter whether you're Muslim, or you're Christian, or you're Jewish, or Buddhist, or Hindu. They don't care about any of you, any of us. They only care, and we're seeing this now, aren't we, about money, and power, and the banks, and the corporations. That's all they care about. They have lost touch with their humanity. They have lost touch. Shame on them. Someone said shame on them, but actually, those people over there in the pub, can I just say, I talk to people like that through all the different activism that I do. I know you do as well, Joey. And can I say something? As much as that was not a nice incident, they are not to blame. Those people down there are not to blame. The politicians are to blame for dividing us. They are pitting us against each other. They want us to hate each other and forget that we're all human, because that serves a purpose. It means we don't come out and we don't stand here and we don't call out genocide and we don't call out, and I'm sorry, we also need to stop using the word Zionism, because a lot of people don't understand what that means. Let's call it a word that people understand: fascism. Because what is happening with Israel, in Gaza, is an extreme form of fascism, a genocide. And if we talk to people that don't understand what's happening in that language, they will get it a lot more. Let's stop talking about religion, because it's not about religion. Let's stop talking about what countries people originate from or their ethnicity. Let's stop talking about all of this and focus on human rights. Because if we focus on that and keep saying this is what we have in common, we are all, someone said that, someone was chanting that earlier, and they're absolutely right, we are all Palestinian. We are all of us around the world at varying levels, not on the level, obviously, of what's happening in Gaza. It's very, very hard to imagine. We are all under attack around the world right now from this corporate, banking-led fascist, and it's turning into a global superstate. I'm sorry, that's what it is. We are all under attack. Joey and myself and others that we know have been out the last 3 years trying to inform people about all sorts of things happening in this country that the banks are trying to use to control us and divide us. And it is no different to what's happening in Gaza. So we have to keep speaking up. You need to keep coming out and try and ignore the minority like this. They don't represent everybody, I can assure you. You need to ignore that and lose your fears, because that's what they want. They want you all scared. They want you living in fear, because the only way we are going to stop what's happening in Gaza and what's happening to all of us around the world, if all our rights are under attack right now, is if we break away from fear and we embrace each other and we forget our differences and we come together. That's the only way. And do you know what? I want to end. I'm gonna end now, but I want to end on that point, because do you know what the amazing thing is that's happening? As much as it's a horror and it upsets me, I mean, I see stuff on social media all the time, and as much as it pains me to see it as a mother, you know, as we all see those images, as much as it pains me, I need to see it so I know what's going on. And I stay in touch with my humanity. As much as it's a horror what's happening, something amazing has happened in the last 2 months. People around the world have woken up to what is happening in Gaza. They have woken up! And I always think, and maybe this does sound philosophical, but I always think there's always another side to evil, is it brings out the good in people. The more there's evil, the more it brings out the good in us as human beings. And what do I see? I see lots of people who are quite rightly outraged at what's happening to Palestinian people. They are outraged, and they feel it when they see those pictures, as I do as a mother. I absolutely feel it. And can I just say, we have so much power as people. I can tell you something, the Israeli government is watching these demonstrations that are huge, in huge numbers around the world, and they are worried. They are worried about us. And don't just think we're little people, we are the 99% around the world. They are scared of us. We can change this, and I truly think we're on the cusp of something amazing happening. The boycotts, can I talk about the boycotts?
Yes!
The boycotts are huge. They are losing mass profits around the world.
Yeah. Woo.
McDonald's, Starbucks, all of them. There's so many of them. By the way, and I'm sure you're doing this, boycott them here in Redditch. Stop giving them your money. Stop giving them your business, and go to the little businesses here and give them your money. Because...
Yes.
Another thing that I spend much of my time campaigning on for the last 2 years is keeping cash in this country, because a cashless economy is about another kind of tyranny they want over us here in this country, where they control our money. So the other thing you do, by going into small businesses, not only do you help fight the corporations largely responsible for this in Gaza and the banks, but you also help our economy and little people that are trying to survive with their businesses. People here that you probably know in Redditch. So you're doing two things. You're also helping Britain, but you're also helping the people in Gaza by doing that. So keep boycotting. Keep doing it.
Boycott.
Keep speaking up. Keep coming out. And one more thing you must do. I think there was a politician that spoke earlier. Keep emailing your MP. I see that she voted against the ceasefire.
Shame on her! Shame on her! Shame on her!
And I agree with you, as much as that's shameful, you now here in Redditch and around the country have to keep on at that MP. Keep emailing her, keep phoning her office, keep writing letters to her. Because I tell you what's going to happen very soon is that the controlled and corrupt mass media will move the agenda away from what's going on in Palestine. They will move it away to take the focus off this. Our job, your job, is to not let them do that. Keep speaking up. Keep posting the pictures, as horrible as they are, on social media. Keep sharing the stories of what's happening out there. Do not let this go. Do not let this go, because I am certain if we keep going, we keep exposing, we keep boycotting, because that's very powerful. I actually think we are on the cusp of change. Not just in Palestine, around the world, fighting back from what they're doing. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Debbie Hicks.